What is the state prison system?
The state prison system is really there to house felons, particularly felons convicted of more serious crimes. That's in contrast to the county jail system, which generally houses individuals convicted of less serious crimes, particularly misdemeanors, though there are definitely people who have been convicted of felonies that are housed there, especially in recent years.
State prison system consists of a little over 30 state prisons or institutions throughout the state.
How has funding changed?
So the budget for the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has been going down in recent years. So for example, in 2010-11, the budget was about $9.5 billion. It went down to about $9.3 billion last year, and they're budgeted to get about $9 billion this year. And it's expected to continue to go down over the next few years. That's mainly in response to the realignment legislation that was passed in 2011.
What is realignment?
Realignment was something the legislature did last year in the budget where they transferred responsibility for certain low-level offenders from the state prison system to counties, along with revenues to support those counties' efforts to deal with those low-level offenders. And the idea basically was to shift to the local level responsibility for figuring out what the best way to manage those inmates is.
The prison system is really in a state of flux right now, and the criminal justice system in general, with counties taking on more responsibility, and the state is also in the process of restructuring the way its prisons operate following realignment.
How does our spending compare to other states?
The amount that California spends is right about $50,000 per prisoner, whereas in a recent survey done of about 40 other states, the average was about $30,000 per prisoner. So California is near the top, not at the very top, but at the higher end of the spectrum. One of the most significant costs of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation is operating its 33 prisons. One of the most significant aspects of that costs are actually personnel costs. One of the reasons why that's a significant expenditure for California is because California's correctional officers get paid more than correctional officers in other states. So to give you an example, a typical California correctional officer will make around $70,000 per year, whereas correctional officers in most other states typically make around $40,000 per year.
Has California's crime rate changed?
In recent years, crime is actually down quite a bit from where it peaked. Property crime peaked in the 1980s and has been going down since then, and violent crime peaked in the 1990s and has been going down since then. An example of this, the most recent data published by the State Department of Justice show that violent crime rates are actually at their lowest point since 1968.
Criminal justice is 11% of the budget, and we spend $50,000 per prisoner each year. Realignment shifts certain low-level inmates, parole violators, and juveniles to counties with funding.